What's up, guys? Tex Radic here with another look at some of the figures we got this week. Today we're looking at the Storm Collectibles Storm Arena Street Fighter Alpha 3 figures, Ryu and Ken figures. Now, these came out at Big Bad Toy Store. Storm Collectibles decided to go smaller on their characters, so they went ahead and did this interesting little take on their figures, actually basically competing with Jada Toys. Now, of course, Jada Toys has been very successful with their Street Fighter 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2 line, and I had a feeling they were going to do something with Alpha, and they end up doing it, so now both companies will be doing it. I have a feeling, in my view, this one might be better, but we'll see. I mean, it's all up in the air. It's very interesting. Like, they're both competing against each other, which is kind of, I guess it's good in a sense because it gives a consumer more variety to look at. But then again, it's also bad because it's like, hopefully both of them finish the rosters, because Alpha Street Fighter 3 has a big roster, bigger than Street Fighter 2. So it's going to be interesting, especially if they're releasing characters that were added later. I mean, I know Balrog and some of the other characters were like added onto the roster on the home version. I think what system was it? It wasn't Super Nintendo. The Game Boy version, or was it not? No, it wasn't Nintendo. It was the PlayStation. I don't know. It was one of, or maybe the Game Boy Advance version. There was I can't think of when that game came out or where or what, but there was additional characters that weren't in the original arcade. So it'll be interesting. I think Balrog was one of them, and they did show him off on one of the toy shows. So we'll see. But anyway, the thing about Storm Collectibles, their boxes are kind of okay. It's not very like Jada, like how they, make it unique. So, of course, you got the character portrait in the front. You got the characters here and the toys here in the middle. And it's just kind of basic. It's not very exciting. So basically it's easier for me to throw these boxes away. So on each side, you got the character portraits. I think both sides are the same. So let's go to the back. Here's Ryu. Yeah, this is going to be really cool, to really look at. I mean, he does look like the toy. And that's the thing about Jada, I wasn't a big fan of the way Ryu and Ken look, their faces. I wasn't a big fan. So this is really cool that we're actually getting these. Of course, but look at Ken. I think Ken looks really awesome. I mean, look at that. I'm looking very forward to opening these two. So let's get these two out of the packaging to get a closer look at both Ryu and Ken from the Street Fighter Alpha 3 Storm Collectible Storm Arena line. First is Ryu. Another Ryu. What can I say about this? Okay, here's the deal. Like I said, I like Jada. I'm not downing them and everything, but I feel in my view as a collector of Street Fighter, this Storm Arena is pretty badass. I am loving this line because, I mean, there's just a little bit more. And of course, unfortunately, I don't have the Jada Street Fighter figure with me to compare them, because I have that I have them at work. I put those up at work because I have no room in here. But I mean, look at this. Of course, this is Street Fighter Alpha versus Street Fighter 2, but still, this looks freaking awesome. Let's get a closer look at him. Look at that cool face sculpt. Like, that looks exactly like the video game. I mean, look at that. And then look at the detail on the patterns on the suit or the robe. And then those muscles are just, there's so much definition on him. And you got this white, I mean, look at this guy. I mean, seriously, like I am super impressed by this. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to bother with Jada's alpha line. I don't think so, especially considering that Storm Arena or Storm Collectibles, whatever you want to call them, they're dishing them out. And I'm thinking that we're going to have the whole roster, a lot sooner than we have the Storm Collectibles versions. But this guy looks super, super cool. Like this is, seriously, and the crazy thing about it is that this figure was only like $30. So definitely competition with them. But of course there's a double jointed elbow, and oh my God, his hand came off. And the articulation, I think the peg is a little too small on that, but that's okay. But man, look at this guy. And it flows so easily. You know what I mean? Like with the Jada one, you got to kind of push them. So, and I don't want to compare them yet to Jada, but like I said, they're going to have competition. There's even toe articulation here. Like it goes back and forth. I mean, and then of course you can do the splits. I mean, and of course under there's a rotator cup, so you can get it into, he's hugging himself. I mean, look at that. Look at that. This is definitely, I'm impressed. I'm super impressed. Like this is very nice. Like I'm liking this. This is cool. Like this is really, really cool. All right, so he does come with a few things. And I cannot find, what else did he come with? I think he came with let me see. Okay, here's his hands, and then there was a fireball effect. Oh, here it is. And then his other stuff. So let's look at all the stuff he comes with. First and foremost, his fireball effect. A nice blue, whitish thing. This looks cool. Like, this looks really nice. I like that. And then his two hands, so his Korukin hands, firing those fireballs. Oh, man. And they look nice, too. And then here's his other head sculpt of his mean look. So it only comes with 2 head sculpts. I'm surprised there's not a third one with his mouth open. But look at the detail on that. I mean, dude, this is like, and like I said, I'm not trying to purposely go parallel to what Jada's doing, because Jada's doing a great job. But when their Street Fighter Alpha figures come out, they need to step it up, because I think they look cool, but I honestly believe that the Storm Collectibles look a little bit better. But like I said, I mean, will I grab the Jada? We'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So not only do they come with all this sensible thing, but there's also a figure stand that comes with it. It's really neat. Like I said, all this for $30. That's a good deal. So oh, okay. So there's 2 different. Okay, so I'm trying to play with this. So here's a figure stand. You get either the plastic, which holds it closer, or you get this metal one, and it comes all the way down here. So you can basically pose them in any single way. This is going to be a fun thing. And I think probably for display purposes or for photography purposes, you want to use this so you can eliminate it or get it out of the way. Oh, and then it goes up and down, and you can move it up all the way or down all the way far if you want. Oh man, this is cool. Like, I don't usually use these types of things, but I just might end up, doing this. Like, this is cool. Like, okay, just gotta get it in there. And then, like I said, you can pose him, in there. higher if you want. Of course, the gravity's gonna pull him down, so you have to. Hold on, let's move it up. I mean, that's freaking cool. Like yeah. All right, I like that. And of course, like I said, you can use, if you don't want to use the plastic one, you can use this one, and it holds them just a little bit tighter, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I know, like, you got to be careful with these metal ones when it comes to, like, you know, Storm collectibles, because they end up messing up your figure. But there's all this padding on this guy, so this should be okay. Anyway, so kind of gotta get it in there, but I mean, that's really cool. That's awesome that it comes with this extra stand. Like, I don't usually utilize them, but I'm definitely gonna utilize with them. So all right, so let's go and get Ken out, and he's actually my favorite, but Ryu, pretty badass. Let's get Ken out. Like, I did mess up. This part does go, I did find this part on the floor. I guess it goes with him. I opened these up last night, and it was kind of dark in here. And this flight stand is actually for Ken. They look similar, but they're not. Because I was wondering, I was looking at it, I was like, wait a minute, where is the stand for his fireball? Like, where did he do that? So it does come with this, of course, it's the same thing, but there's also these little pegs for these pegs that go with the fireball. So like I said, I was wondering on how, I mean, I guess you just put them up like that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I messed up. I was looking at the wrong thing, but yeah, here we go. There's how the fireball goes. So my bad. So I can't, I don't know where this goes. And does it go in the hand? Because there's no peg on this. Unless this is for Ken. Because like I said, I opened both. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I think this goes in here. Like that. There we go. I figured it out. Yay. So that's how it goes. Okay. Anyway, sorry for the confusion. Like I said, I was like wondering, where is the stand for this? And there, it's right here. So when he does his Hadouken, that's what it goes. All right, so now let's look at Ken. And I'll leave the other stuff for him. All right, here is Ken out of the packaging. And out of the two, this one is my favorite one. Of course, same buck, same everything, because that's who they are. But that face sculpt on this guy looks so incredible. I mean, I am loving that. I mean, they do look kind of the same, kind of. But I don't know. I just think I think it must be this hair. This looks awesome. And like I said, I was playing with him, so here I already have his other hand up here, and of course his fist. I mean, it's basically the same, but I love the material. It feels great to touch, and it looks great up close, as you can see in that red and black. You got this ponytail with the tie on the back. I mean, this is freaking awesome. I mean, look at this. He looks freaking cool. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm loving this guy. This guy is my favorite. And the crazy thing about it is that there are two exclusives, a purple one and a yellow one from some of the cons. And I have not, usually Big Bad Toy Stories gets those in, so I haven't seen it. So hopefully we do get it, because I do want it. I do want those versions, but I'm not going to pay those crazy prices I've been seeing up. Yeah, I tell you. I wish in a sense I could have gone to those cons, but anyway, maybe one day. All right, so let's look at the accessories it comes with. So basically, as you can see, the fist, and then of course the fireball hands. He has the other one there, and here's the fist. So you got those, those already on him. Then he comes with his little peace hand, which just looks really cool. I like that. That's really neat. And then he has the uppercut pose thing. Of course, it just goes in the hand like that, and you do that pose. So cool. And then of course his other head sculpt, getting like a smirk on there. And like I said, I'm surprised that there's not a head sculpt that shows them going up, you know, and giving them like a fighting face kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to say more, but these two are freaking awesome. So let's go put these on my turntable to get a final thoughts on the Storm Arena Ryu and Ken Street Fighter Alpha 3 figures. All right, here are my final thoughts on the Storm Arena Ryu and Ken figures from the Street Fighter Alpha 3 series. All in all, these are pretty badass. I'm really like excited on how this is going, this line's going. We've already got announcements for already about 6 characters already, so this is looking really strong. Might even surpass the other Storm collectible figures, so awesome sauce. So right now, I did get these off of Big Bad Toy Store. I think right now only Ryu is available. I think Ken already sold out. So not sure exactly where else they sell them. I'm not really too positive on where they are. They're not as national like the other figures, so you might have a hard time getting these. Hopefully you can find them. I'm hoping and praying that they do get the other colors out so I can grab those, because I definitely want this, and this is definitely a line I'm going all in. Let's see how well Jada does and if they impress me to get theirs too. But I'm happy to have their, you know, the Street Fighter 2 series figures, so you know, and all. But like I said, this is a pretty badass set. I love the colors, everything about them. They flow really well with them in terms of articulation. So these are very awesome. I'm telling you, these are probably, like I said, probably even better. I mean, I can say they're even better than the regular Storm collectible figure. They're a lot smaller and a lot more compact, and they're a lot cheaper. So definitely, you know, don't hesitate to grab these if you can. And if they are out, I hope you can, you know, find them some way. Hope they're not sure how bad they are on the second market, but you know, they are worth it. Let me know in the comments on what you guys think. If you guys collect these, are you gonna grab them? Let me know, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.